Hi Gemini, today we're going to look at July 10th, 2025, and that's the full moon in Capricorn. We're going to look at Gemini sun, moon, and rising with specific messages for each. We'll look at numerology, astrology, and the tarot cards, and we'll end the reading with advice for your sign. And in the description box below, I have links for meditations for each of these tarot cards I drew for you today. And if you feel seen today, subscribe and stay tuned for your next reading. Tell me what messages hit home today, and let's talk about it in the comments. I read all the comments and will reply to each and every one. So let's start with numerology, and the number for this day is number 8, and that's all about power and success and karma and ambition. It's a vibration of achievement, self-mastery, and divine reciprocity. So for Gemini, this number encourages you to step into your role as a communicator and thinker, not just for curiosity's sake, but to create something tangible and legacy worthy. So today you may feel pulled toward building something lasting, like outlining a book or launching a service, or even taking steps toward becoming your own boss. The number 8 wants to see you ground your genius. So in astrology today, the full moon lands in your 8th house of transformation, intimacy, shared resources, and emotional depth. Things may feel tense, but healing too. So we'll start with the sun. And the sun is in Cancer. That's your 2nd house, and that's going to talk about values and money and self-worth. So you're balancing material security with emotional and energetic investments. It's time to ask, are your values and your commitments aligned? So you might reevaluate how you share time or energy or money with others, and whether it's truly reciprocated. So here's the moon. And the moon is in Capricorn, right? The 8th house. And that's going to talk about depth and shared power and transformation. So something old is being released to make room for a rebirth. This house is all about soul evolution. So you may realize it's time to let go of a toxic tie or habit that drains your energy. It could feel emotional, but it's going to be freeing. Then we have Mercury. Mercury is in Leo. That's your 3rd house. There you go. That's communication and expression and learning. So your voice is bold, playful, and magnetic. You're likely to receive a message or insight that sparks a new plan. So you might pitch a project or speak your truth, or even have a flirty chat that leads somewhere unexpected. Venus in Leo also, so again, the 3rd house. And Venus is going to talk about social charm and mental creativity. So this is a golden energy for sharing ideas and flirting and attracting attention through charm and originality. So you could launch a new social media idea or reconnect with a sibling or a peer in a heartwarming way. And then we have Mars. Mars is in Gemini, and again, your 1st house. So that's going to talk about drive and action and self-image. So you've got fire in your step and clarity in your actions. Just be mindful of burnout or spinning too many plates. So you might finally tackle a backlog of tasks or start asserting your independence with bold confidence. So let's look at your tarot cards I drew for you today. And the first one was Judgment. So Judgment talks about awakening and accountability and rebirth. So this card signals a powerful spiritual awakening or reckoning. Something within you is ready to rise. It could be a truth or a purpose or a calling. So you might decide to finally own a part of your story, like launching a project based on past struggles or having a long overdue conversation. You feel a soul level pull to make things right or start anew. So here's your advice. Listen to your higher self. You are being called to rise. to shed the old story and to step into a more authentic version of you. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles. There you are. And the Eight of Pentacles, well, it says Eight of Stones, Pentacles. That talks about diligence and mastery and focus. So this card celebrates your commitment to craft. You're in the zone. You're learning, building, and perfecting something that matters. So you might be deep in work on a passion project or refining your skills or starting a new educational path. It's not about perfection. It's about purpose and process. So here's your advice. Keep going. Even if progress feels slow, every step is shaping your future masterpiece. Your consistency is your magic. And then we have the Emperor, but the Emperor came out reversed. So a reversed Emperor talks about control issues, rigidity, and imbalance of power. So reversed, the Emperor warns of power struggles, whether with others or within yourself. You may feel out of control or too obsessed with having control. So you may clash with a boss or a parent or authority figure, or you might be resisting your own structure, refusing to commit, plan, or take responsibility for something important. So here's your advice. Check in with your relationship to control. Are you gripping too tightly or avoiding responsibility? True power comes from grounded confidence, not domination or denial. Now, let's talk about how this day affects Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Gemini Sun, you're stepping into a new level of self-ownership. The full moon may push you to own your voice, make peace with the past, and finally pursue that big idea of transformation you've been sitting on. So you may publish a vulnerable story, or make a bold professional move, or break a toxic pattern, feeling raw but reborn. Gemini Moon. Emotional clarity strikes like lightning today. You're realizing that old fears, beliefs, or emotional attachments no longer fit the person you're becoming. So you might finally see why a relationship or dynamic drains you and feel strong enough to walk away or create boundaries. Gemini Rising. Your outer world reflects a deep inner shift. You may appear calm and capable, but under the surface, a major soul upgrade is underway. So friends and coworkers may notice you're acting more mature and more focused, even regal. You're stepping into your own authority. So here's a summary of what this day means to you, Gemini. So this full moon is about alignment and elevation. Something deep within you is asking to be seen and expressed. Don't resist the call. So judgment asks you to answer a higher calling or correct a past imbalance. The Eight of Pentacles reminds you that steady effort leads to mastery. And Emperor Reversed highlights where power must be rebalanced, whether internally or with others. So here's the real life takeaway. You are in a pivotal transformation. Trust the wake-up call. Stay committed to your work or mission. It's leading you somewhere big. Loosen your grip on control and embrace aligned discipline instead. So here's the advice for Gemini on this day. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to answer the call. Lead into your purpose, sharpen your skills, and lead yourself with intention. The power you seek, it's already inside you. Thank you, Gemini. I hope to see you in the comments, and I hope to see you in another reading. The number 8 wants you to see the number 8, your genius. So in astrology, in astrology today,